Welcome to Steveston, the real Storybrooke.
With Storybrooke, it was really about how do we make a town feel distressed, but also feel like a place you want to be and that you want to root for.
We were looking to find a town that was just kind of stuck in time.
We wanted Storybrooke to look like a place that maybe 100 years ago was vibrant, but now it's kind of faded and decayed.
So we surveyed a lot of small towns in and around the Vancouver area, and we landed on this town, Steveston, mostly because it hadn't been touristed up.
There's something about the atmosphere of the village of Steveston. It's blue collar, it's somewhat gritty. This was a fishing village, first and foremost.
We're in the southwest corner of the island, so it's truly a destination point. So when you drive to Steveston, you're either coming out here to visit someone or coming out to as a tourist to come and check it out, or you live here.
Well, I've lived here for 20 years, and it hasn't really changed that much. It's always been this nice, quiet, little sweet town, and it's really family-oriented, a great community. I raised my 2 kids here.
When you see the car drive down that main street and the activities on some of the main streets here in the village of Steveston, it just works. Somehow, it just all fits together.
The art department starts early in the morning, adding signs and dressing windows to transform this town into Storybrooke.
Basically, it's a process where a team of probably about a dozen guys go out there the day before we shoot, and they transform this town.
So to change Steveston over to Storybrooke, it takes about 10 hours of work. The set decorators, the construction, and the paint department all come in and change over the signs, the windows. They dress the cafe as Grandy's Cafe and change up street signs and any other things that need to be Storybrooke.
Every place you go to, the people are different, and they want you to help set them back up when you're done, or some of them just want to do it themselves. We just communicate with them to find out sort of what's easier for them and what is the least intrusive, and that way we all get along.
Oh, they're very fast. They come in the morning and they're very organized. Everybody knows what they're doing. The crew are very nice people, and they change the sign and they put the Granny's Diner, and they're changing the tables outside, and they transform to a different place.
We double as a shoe store. They come in and do this amazing transformation, in particular on the outside of the building, with covering our signage and enhancing things to make it look unified for them. And then we take out our product out of the front window, and we've got quite a system going now. We can turn it around pretty quick.
They come in, next thing you know, it's done, and the shoot's going, and the next day it's back to normal. So they become family every day. We see them come in, and it's been great.
Steveston serves as a backdrop to our show, but it is also a thriving community that has stories of its own.
And is this a gift?
Yes.
All our jewelry is Canadian jewelry.
It's not a back lot, and these are businesses and people have livelihoods, so we don't shut them down when we're shooting. The stores stay open, and the people have been very friendly.
Nick down at the bread shop there, he's quite the character.
My name is Nick Constantin. I came here 6 years ago, and I built a brick oven and start baking European country bread. People might think, well, why one bread? I thought this is the way it should be. The manager showed up the door, and he said, well, we like your location. We would like to introduce in our show. And then they put their sign up there. My store is a bakery, and their sign is also designed as a bakery. So it works out well.
When they first started coming, one of the managers suggested that I make some ice creams according to the characters, and that has been almost a weekly challenge, trying to figure out, okay, what flavor for the next character.
She has a flavor for Prince Charming, Snow White. I think she even has a flavor for Once Upon a Time Altogether.
Once upon a time, it was real sprigs of thyme and poach them in honey and then cook them in a custard, and I have to say that's a very, very good one.
When they first started shooting, we had whole new customers coming in because all these people were seeing all this old vintage stuff in the window, were coming in the door and then going, it's toys. We thought it was all vintage stuff, so that was kind of funny.
Tourists coming in want to come to Steveston to sample the flavors that it has because they've seen it on the television show It must be a great place. And what is it in real life? They come to see that.
Now, the lady from yesterday, she asked me where the tower of the clock is.
The clock tower is part of a building, but it's also part visual effects. The whole clock tower itself is about a 20-foot structure which mounts on top of a real building, and that's all visual effects.
People come down the street almost every day and say, when is that pawn shop open? I have never seen it open. And I have to say, well, I'm sorry, but that's actually a movie set, and it will never open.
On the weekends, he's very busy with people with the cameras and telephones, shooting pictures and everything.
How are you doing?
We get such support from everybody. People come out and they watch filming all the time, and they seem to really respond to the show. So, you know, we couldn't shoot this show anyplace else now.
Once the show was on the air and people saw it, I think they were so great and so welcoming and so excited by the show that it was just an incredible response.
I love the changes that the set has made because it makes me fall in love with my town all over again. So I go home and I get lost in the show because I see my town and it's beautiful.